Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. Today we will discuss and learn about a time period in history that isn't very well known, the interwar period, a time in between the First and Second World Wars which isn't talked a lot about. So let's begin. Also, I forgot to mention, this video will be split up into two main parts, Western Europe and Eastern Europe. Some other information might be tossed into this video, but those are the two main parts. Now let's actually begin. Western Europe had been decimated by the trenches of the First World War, and some of the nations affected were France, Belgium, and Germany. During the interwar period, France spent most of its time rebuilding itself and punishing Germany. Belgium did mostly the same thing. Both nations sent troops to occupy the Rhineland, an economically rich region in Germany, which took a toll on the German economy. France would later build the Maginot Line in 1928 along the German border. The Belgians would also build a small defensive line, mostly forgotten due to its size, called the KW Line, or this line, in 1930. Now, let's talk about Germany. Germany was an absolute wreck after signing the Versailles Treaty, which ended World War I. As soon as the German Kaiser abdicated, all heck broke loose. There were many communist states fighting amongst themselves, such as Bavaria, and their navy was in open rebellion. And in general, it was just a chaotic time. But finally, the new Weimar government got things in control again. Fun fact, the German government was established in Weimar because Berlin was too dangerous. But after the violence settled, they moved back into Berlin. Now, let's talk about the UK, more specifically, the Battle of George Square. The Battle of George Square was a strike that took place in Glasgow, Scotland, also known as Bloody Friday or Black Friday. It saw more than 20,000 to 90,000 protesters go on strike. The numbers aren't very clear, but it was huge. The strike was put down when the British Army sent 12,000 troops and notably six tanks. The strike was caused due to long 40-hour work hours. Many were injured, and one police officer in the strike died. Now, you may be asking, Prish, why do you bring this up? Well, it's because during the First World War, the British set up tank banks, which are donations used to fund the tanks, and the citizens of Glasgow donated the most to these tank banks. As such, it was the citizens of Glasgow who funded these tanks, which are now at their own city.